Hey guys, what I'm going to go over is my, I don't know what you call it, I guess survival machete. I got this idea from Dave Canterbury, and I was in some forum. This is why I don't go to forums, because I'm just like, oh my god, literally, it's like mind numbing when you go into a forum. I can't stand them. I just literally cannot stand them. But apparently, I was looking up Dave Canterbury and this and that, and trying to find out some stuff, because I've been a subscriber to Wilderness Outfitters forever, since he started. One of his first videos got me hooked, and but he had this machete, and I guess there's some controversy because I guess he got this idea from somebody else, and there was all these people on this one forum that were hating him. Oh, I can't, ever since he stole whatever the guy's name is, machete, survival machete thing, this and that, and never gave him any credit. Listen, I think it's because people think that Dave has time to sit there on YouTube and look at every video, and there's a lot, you hear that a lot on YouTube. Well, so-and-so did a video, and a lot of these people that make videos, they don't watch YouTube videos. They're just, somebody like Dave Canterbury, he's too busy living the life that everybody else is watching on YouTube. And wishing they could live. So he doesn't know that somebody might have came out a month earlier with a similar, or this and that. Because from what I've ever seen with Dave Canterbury is every time he comes up with something and it's somebody else's idea, he always gives them credit. Always. I mean, he'll tell, got this idea from one of my so-and-so, But this is a kind of a cool thing. It's almost like a makeshift little survival kit in a machete. It's a standard Ontario. I reprofiled it. You can tell it's been sitting, and it got a little rusty, so I'm gonna have to polish. I'm gonna have to fix that. But it has one of these Lansky stones on them for sharpening. Now these Ranger bands I made out of inner tube, and that's why if you ever got, like my son, he's had a few bikes. He's had a few flat tires on his bikes, and I don't throw out the tires. I just cut off the good, the bad, where the hole is, and I make the rest of it into Ranger bands. But I stuck a couple strike anywhere matches in here. This creates kind of a really tight pocket, not waterproof, but in here I've also got some fishing string, which this is on here real tight, guys, and some hooks. This is one of those old gift card credit cards. But I've got some fishing string. I think I've got like 120 feet of fishing string on there. Assorted hooks. I've got duct tape on here. I used to have a trash bag, but when we had the flood, I ended up using the trash bag. And then the Lansky stone would go right over the trash bag. I think I've got about 20 feet of duct tape on here. Paracord, more Ranger bands. In here, I've got the magnesium, and this thing's been used a lot. Not so much on the kneading of the magnesium, but the flint has been used. The ferrocerium rod on it has been used a lot. These Ranger bands are great for anything. I've also bent this over, and see how I bent that over, and I've got some real thick rope here. Now it was adjustable, but I said, I'd rather not have it adjustable, and I've just got it doubled over, and then I've got paracord wrapped around that, and I think this is like 50 feet of paracord each side, and then you just put this around yourself. I adjusted it to exactly how I wanted it, and it fits me perfect. I've got a paracord lanyard, and I really like it. I mean, I use this sometimes if I don't feel like taking a whole, you can basically take this if you have a base camp, and you can just take this. I used to have other stuff in here, but since the flood, I kind of cleaned it out. Those of you who are just subscribed to me, I live in a town that's literally, it's a peninsula between the Millstone River and the Raritan River in New Jersey. And when Hurricane Irene came through, I had literally like 20 videos from Hurricane Irene, because the house that I'm in was literally, well, the water was up past the doorknob. Okay, so I was living out of a bug-out bag for roughly a week while we gutted the house. It took us 2 days just to get back to the house, to get into the house. I stayed in my car, you know, and I had some great video of the whole thing. But all those, I had over 100 videos and they all got erased. And I think I've had 100 more subscribers come on since those videos got erased. So a lot of my subscribers never saw the original videos that I had up. I even had some different firearms on there and everything. Like I believe I did. No, I'm sorry, I was never able to upload those. They got fucked up when I was in New Mexico. Those videos when I was recording them. It's an Ontario machete with it's like a hard plastic sheath. You can tell there's some oil on it from. I usually keep it really oiled up. This and that I haven't had a chance to. The last thing I oiled it up with was probably a year ago, right after the flood, with some of that Rusty's Rags, that silicone spray. But you know, but this machete, I mean, it does pretty cool. You bring it with you to a campsite, you could use it. I mean, this is a real thick machete, as you can tell. It's not really like a wobbly one, like those Gerber ones that are like, whoa, 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 like those old saws. You can sit there and be like, whoa, 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 play music with them. But, yeah, it's still got some oil on it. It did rust a little bit. It's got some rust. Still sharp as can be, though. I mean, this thing will cut you. But this thing rips. I mean, it doesn't. My buddy has the Gerber machete. His does cut a little thicker. I mean, a little deeper than this. But this is also like twice the thickness, this machete, compared to his. So, but, there's some rough spot right here. I gotta make sure I get this all sharpened up. But the, sharpening stone works pretty good. I mean, oh yeah, that took care of those little burrs. It's a really cool kit. It's just like a little, like I said, just a little survival machete I could bring with me when I go camping, and I could kind of wander off with just this. And I have a fishing kit. I had a compass in here. I had everything. I had a little bit of everything. The trash bag and everything like that. So it's really cool. It's like a little shelter maker. It's a little fishing kit, fire starter with the magnesium, and this thing throws a good spark off of it with the magnesium. I like it. I thought it was pretty cool. Dave Canterbury is the one that introduced me to it. Whether he's the creator or not, I don't know if he even knows whether or not he's the creator. He just kind of was like, hey, you know, one day I was effing around, and he didn't quite say that, but he goes, one day I was messing around, and I said, you know, there's so much real estate on these machete sheaths, which, you know, I don't know why I never really thought of it either. I'm sure there's other people that have thought about it, but there is a lot of real estate on these machete sheaths that's never used. So you could use it and stuff like that. And I love the amount of paracord I have on here. And then with the trash bag, it basically was really good. And then the duct tape, it was really good for making something where you could use the duct tape around. You could cut the trash bag right in the middle, so it you know, it opens up like, you know, this, and then you can use the duct tape around the edges, and then you could poke holes in it, use the paracord, and you really could set up a shelter, and then you could sit there, light a fire, and that was its main purpose. Build a shelter, stay dry, fishing was not one of its main purpose, but kind of like a side purpose, in starting fire. So basically shelter building and fire was two of its main purposes. But this with my, my Gerber LMF that I always keep with me, which I love this Gerber LMF. I do have a little problem with it staying sharp. A lot of people say, "Oh, it stays sharp forever." This thing goes dull if I run it across a cat's asshole. So not that I do that, but it just for some reason I've always had problems with this thing going dull, real fast, real easy. But I love the Gerber LMF, and this is always going to be, well, for the most part, it's going to be my main survival knife. I have issues with spending a lot of money on knives and this and that. But there are some survival knives I would like to get that would definitely replace this. Eventually I'll spend the money and get them. I'd rather buy ammo and stuff like that. But that's my little survival machete, guys. I've been dying to show this on YouTube. This is one of the things I haven't shown. A lot of stuff I have to reshoot. But, alright, guys, have a good one.